Own sweet home, own sweet home. I dream of my own sweet home. Right here, right now. Amit Inamdar will show you how. Call Amit and you are set. Or just visit ownsweethome.net.
DRE license number 013555522 and NMLS number 236574.
Hello, namaste, and welcome Radio Zindagi listeners. I'm RJ Renuka. Today we have an exciting show with Amit Inamdar. Amit is a little bit of mysterious today, and he's going to talk about the one thing. Power-packed 30 minutes of information on the one thing. Okay, I don't know either what he's going to talk about it, so let's figure that out. We always welcome you to call us at 510-770-1550 to ask a question on the radio. However, if you are unable to get in, you can always submit a question for a personal response. Just go to Amit's website, ownsweethome.net, and click on the radio show link to submit your question. And hey, you know, you can always find Amit Inamdar just by searching his name on Google. So Amit, what is this? The one thing.
Hey, hello friends, hello Renuka, Own Sweet Home, and welcome to my show, The One Thing, Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. Before I get to that one thing, okay, let me kind of talk about the inventory levels. And if you look at those inventory levels today, they have almost tripled from the beginning of the year. If you remember, the number of homes available for sale in Fremont were about 80 to 90 homes, and now they are gone up as much as over 200 homes in the Fremont market. Other cities are no exceptions either. At the same time, prices of homes have climbed up too. And in many cities where the median price of the home was between $700,000 to $800,000 in January, those homes are now selling around $150 to $200K higher by now. Additionally, since the markets have slowed selectively and the seller expectations are high, the velocity of sale at the same time has dropped. Now you may ask, Samit, what is the velocity of sale and what do you mean by it's dropping below 1? And that means, you know, the pending home sales, the homes that get into the contract, not closing yet, not sold yet, but just got into the contract, are less than the number of active homes in the market. Previously, they used to be 2 to 3 times of active homes. So the thing is, the velocity of sale has dropped. That means where properties are going to be staying on the market longer. So today I'm going to talk about the one thing the seller needs to get their home sold.
That is very intriguing, Amit. What you said explains the higher inventory levels though. So many sellers are out due to higher prices to take advantage of the seller's market currently, is that?
Absolutely. You know, I mean, sometimes they are late too. I mean, they think it's a seller's market, but the buyers are on the sideline, yeah? And many sellers, almost 30 to 40% of them, I call them typically greedy sellers because not all homes are priced high, okay? And they are priced it high in anticipation of the increased prices. So I did some analysis this morning and realized that just in Fremont alone, around 25% of the homes are on the market over 30 days. Another 30% are in the market more than 2 weeks to a month, and under 10% of the homes are in the market a week or 2 weeks, and that's what kind of a distribution of homes on the market is right now.
So listeners, you are listening to Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. If you have any questions regarding real estate, loans, and today's topic, the one thing. If you want to know more about the one thing, do give us a call. The studio number is changed. It's 510-270-8830, 270-8830. So Amit, let me ask you again, what is this one thing you are talking about?
All right, Renuka. I won't keep your curiosity too long. Think about it. What does every seller want? Okay? And it's not the money, okay? Trust me. They want a qualified buyer for their home so somebody doesn't back out. The one thing they want is the buyer who is motivated and qualified to buy their home. And at Own Sweet Home, we specialize in finding that one thing up front for the sellers. Majority of our shows that we have aired are on information on buyers finding their first home. Once buyer comes to us with our loan expertise, I pre-approve them for the loan, and then by understanding their needs and educating them on the market realities, make them ready and motivated to buy a home in this market. And that's the one thing.
Aha! So the one thing is you helping seller with the qualified and motivated buyers to sell their home.
Absolutely, yes. While other agents are distributing flyers in the neighborhood, cold calling and getting the listings, we are proactively looking for buyers. And when our sellers are ready, we are helping them sell their home with least amount of inconvenience to them. As long as buyers and sellers agree on the price, the deal is going to happen.
So how is this different than the other agents who sell homes, Amit?
Okay, first of all, we do everything other agents do. You have to, okay, because the buyer has to be emotionally ready to buy the home. However, what we do more is proactively finding buyers for sellers' homes by investing our marketing dollars in creating pool of motivated and qualified home buyers. I will tell you how the real estate gets sold. First of all, this is a simple formula but requires a lot of efforts behind it. Greater exposure through effective marketing leads to greater demand, and greater demand leads to higher price. This is how I work. The method I use for creating greater demand are based on my years of marketing experience. And just to let you know, in recent 4 sales we did, we were the highest in the neighborhood. Looks like we are having a caller coming in.
So, Amit,
Yeah, go ahead.
I know that you have a superb negotiation skills. You are a negotiations expert. We
Yes.
talk about it all the time. So the sellers got more money as you negotiated hard on the price and terms of the sale with your recent sellers.
Right.
So I think the caller is there.
Yeah, we will take the call and then I'll answer your question, Renuka. Hello, this is Amit. How can I help?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I have one question.
Sure.
I have no down payment, but still I buy someone give me 100% loan, yes or no?
Someone can give you a 100% loan. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Well, the answer may be yes and no depending on the situation, because there are some down payment assistance programs that are available for buyers who qualify for them, and they can get up to 100% financing even in today's market. Not for a very high price homes though. Okay, and but that's possible.
No,
but
I want a single family room, like I'm living in Fremont, and
right.
just like
Yeah, so let's do this, okay? After the
townhouse like that.
Yeah, after this show, call me. I have a list of lot of first-time home buyer down payment assistance programs, and I'll be able to share that list with you. Okay? And what's your name?
Okay. My name is Bauram.
Bauram.
Yeah.
Okay, Bauram. I look forward to hearing from you later. Okay?
And
So-
Bauramji, you can get hold of Amit just by searching his name on Google, Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will get to his website, and you should be able to contact him there on sweethome.net.
All right, Renuka. So you're asking about we negotiating the really hard for the price and terms for our recent sales, right?
Yes.
And negotiation is where the game gets played, okay? Because after you have created the demand for the property and buyers kind of jump in to make an offer, it's all about negotiations from there on. Even when you are in the contract, it's about negotiations. Okay, my job is to get the market to the property, and the market determines the price, and the negotiations gives you the cherry on the top. The negotiation skill alone justify the commission seller pay us. As you know, I'm a certified negotiations expert for real estate, and being a broker realtor, have more knowledge and experience than an average agent in the field. Many negotiations are direct result of the knowledge I utilize for my client's benefit. And that's how the typical negotiations happen, right?
That is so great, Amit. So I have a question. So when sellers want to sell, they also want to buy another property, and then many times the logistics of moving gets very complicated. Do you
Right.
look at that too?
Absolutely. That is very, very true. So when the homeowner wants to move, I have a free service where I advise on things like whether they should buy first and sell later, or they should sell first and buy later, or maybe a choice of becoming a landlord. Based on my extensive knowledge of available loan programs and seller financials and equity in the current home, I am able to map out a plan of action for various options. Sellers love this. Sometimes sellers must have equity in their current home to buy another home in a specific neighborhood they want to move to. Sometimes they just want, by talking to me, they realize there is another neighborhood option which satisfies their needs, and then they can buy first and sell later, or just become a landlord. The options are there, and I give them all the options. It's not like just trying to make a sale. Sometimes getting equity out of the current home also helps shore up the finances for the purchase of the new home. So analysis of finances, the assets, the income, the debts, and the home equity helps me map out a clear path for the home sellers.
So listeners, you are listening to Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. If you have any questions regarding real estate, mortgages, or today's topic, the one thing, do give us a call in the studio, 510-270-8830. That is 270-8830. And the one thing that Amit is talking about is Amit helping sellers with the qualified and motivated buyers to sell their home. So Amit, you talked about the sellers buying their second home. So
Right.
experience show that the second time home buyers or the upgrade home buyers are very selective or choosy. What are your thoughts on that?
Sure, Renuka. The second-time home buyers, as you said, are very selective, and they exactly know what they want and what they do not want and how they want it. This definitely creates issues in the low inventory markets of today. But again, right now we have better choices because the inventory levels are bit up, and having me on your side means negotiating a deal that is going to benefit you. However, selling is not an immediate decision homeowners can make. If buying a home took them so long, or buying a home takes long to a lot of buyers, selling one and buying another takes even longer. This year we have had home sales where buyer bought first and sold later. In another case, the buyer sold first and bought later. And in one case, the upgrade home buyer decided to become a landlord, and we are managing its property. Remember, the decision is yours as a homeowner. I'm just clarifying the hurdles and mapping a clear path for you.
So listeners, as many of you know, Amit is a certified real estate negotiations expert. Engaging him in any market is a key to quick and successful home sale and purchase. One thing seller need is one qualified and motivated buyer. Only one. Home buyers getting qualified and narrowing the neighborhood based on Amit's expertise is what Amit does when you meet him face to face. He will make you ready for the market by educating you. You are that one thing that the seller wants. Additionally, Amit's first-time home buyer webinar is a good resource to understand the real estate negotiations, real estate contracts, and related contingencies. You can view the webinar on Amit's website, ownsweethome.net. That is OWNsweethome.net. The link is located in its image on the left column. To get to Amit's website, you know what to do. Just Google his name, Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will know ways to find him.
We'll be back with a short break.
Have you joined the Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club. Membership is automatic once you buy your dream home from Amit Inamdar. He's both real estate and mortgage broker. One stop, no need to shop.
Oh, Amit Inamdar from Own Sweet Home.
Yes, that's Amit from OWN Own Sweet Home. Call him today, 510-364-6686. Again, 510-364-6686. Or visit ownsweethome.net. That is OWNOwnSweetHome.net. DRE number 0135552 NMLS 236574.
Welcome back, friends. This is Amit Inamdar. And if you are in the market to sell, buy, or finance your home, you will get unbiased advice that will save you money. And that is my promise to you. To get hold of me, just Google my name, Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will know ways to find me. Having all your questions answered at one location and by one person means saving time, money, and having peace of mind that you are being cared for by someone like me who knows this business.
So, Amit, I have a very special announcement or something special about you that I want to tell all the listeners.
Sure.
So, there is a newspaper called Lokmat, which gets published in all different cities in Maharashtra. They made a global Kolhapurians. They made a special supplement for their some anniversary special as such, and there was an article on you, and that article today is on your Facebook page.
Yes.
What is that article about? I mean, it's your journey from childhood all the way to up till now.
Yes. Actually, that is true. I mean, I'm very humbled with that particular story and all the information that the article gives. It talks about all my childhood grades, actually. I mean, I was the topper throughout. I mean, topper in all subjects, topper in the class, of course, as a result of that. And also was, the board candidate when there was a big Maharashtra board that time. And then I came to US. I went to UD Bombay for my chemical engineering and stuff. And it talks about that whole journey about how I moved from a small town, like Kolhapur, and came to Bombay, and from Bombay came to US, and how I changed my careers very strategically from being an engineer to being a salesperson to being a software company owner to selling the software company and eventually becoming a real estate and mortgage broker as of 2001 and really enjoying this particular field. And the article, of course, I mean, it's a great inspiration to many, but it really felt good when someone from India who doesn't even know me ended up calling me by finding my name on Facebook, finding my phone number by searching my name and all that, and calling me at 12 midnight. And just because it was a call from India, I took it, not knowing what the call is about. And the guy said, "Sir, you inspired me the most." I said, "Who are you?" And he said, his name is Vivek, and he's doing engineering in one of the colleges near Kolhapur. And he's a BE engineering student and all that. And it feels so good that the story actually inspired somebody to take action, do something good in their life. And also another headmaster from another school ended up sending an email about he sharing that story with his kids in the school and telling them how people even from Kolhapur can reach at different levels by coming, I mean, basically just giving example. So definitely the story is in Marathi, so if you do want to read it, go ahead and read it. If you need translation, we will have to actually sit down face to face and I'll do translate for you. But anyway, that's the great part. It feels really good and humble just by knowing that's what is happening.
Yay, that's really, really great, Amit.
Hey,
congratulations.
Thank you.
So, getting back to the reality of
Right,
mortgages and the one thing,
Yes. Absolutely.
So what is your advice to home sellers to get their homes sold quicker?
Absolutely. So, as a part of my negotiations, I help sellers get the highest value for their home in any market. And the key is knowing the market, your selling time frame, and your needs and wants. The needs are non-negotiable. Wants can be negotiated. And clear understanding of these helps plan a successful sale. Experience shows that understanding the buyer and seller survey guides and understanding them and digesting them helps successfully completing your sale. I rely on these home seller and home buyer surveys because it tells me what buyers are looking for in this market. Also, having worked with so many buyers, I know that firsthand also. And how the sellers can provide them to maximize the value of their most valued asset, their home.
So listeners, you are listening to Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. If you have any questions regarding real estate, loans, or today's topic, the one thing, the motivated and qualified buyers for the sellers, do give us a call in the studio, 510-270-8830, 270-8830. So Amit, when you talk about getting the maximum price for their home, for the sellers, what do you exactly do?
Hey, do you remember in the beginning of this talk, I told you about the real estate mantra? Greater exposure creates greater demand, and greater demand translates into higher price.
Yes.
All right. So, initial 2 weeks of listing is very critical to get maximum value for your home. Greater exposure does not mean doing months and months of open houses. Okay, exposure means number of visitors and qualified buyer visits the property gets in that first 1 or 2 weeks when the listing goes on the market. That's the exposure I'm talking about. Otherwise, the seller say, oh, I'm not in a rush. I mean, you can do open houses for 2 months and we'll get that price eventually, but that doesn't happen. Okay, so our marketing system is designed around getting that high exposure within shortest possible time, thereby creating immediate demand while the excitement is still high about your listing.
Amit, I have a question for you, okay?
Sure.
Many agents talk about putting the property on MLS and advertising on hundreds of websites to generate the demand. That's what they advertise.
Right.
So, how true is that?
Well, you are putting me on the spot today, Renuka, okay? But let me answer that question. Okay, once your property gets on MLS, okay, it automatically gets syndicated to hundreds of websites. There is nothing more required for any agent to do because the syndication system actually gets the listing from the MLS website and puts it on different websites automatically within 24 hours. Okay, so what one does beyond that is the most important part, and we definitely do what everybody does. However, to market the property beyond the traditional means, we use our vast network of one thing, the qualified buyers from our existing database and our existing database itself. We leverage our neighbors, we leverage your neighbors actually, and your neighborhoods to extend ourselves, and we extend ourselves on the social media with personal friends and follower list of almost 2,500 people on Facebook, YouTube videos with over 1,000 subscribers, okay, Google Plus promotions, tweets, and very targeted marketing on professional networks like LinkedIn helps us generate the demand. As you have seen before, I dedicate my whole radio show to promote the listing also by talking about it.
Yes, and those promotions on radio for that particular listing is like a case study. You not only talk about the features of the property, you also provide breakdown of mortgage payments, schools, and why buyers should seriously consider the home that you are presenting. That is a very comprehensive selling approach, Amit.
Yes, true, Renuka, and thank you for that. See, I'm always after that one thing, getting the motivated and qualified buyer for the property. Most buyers are programmed to know the price of anything they want to buy. In real estate, home price is secondary. What is important are your monthly payments. Let's look at it this way. Say you buy a home and get $1 million bill in the mail. Are you really concerned about paying off that home? Of course not. Are you concerned about all you are concerned about is whether your monthly payments are affordable. So whether you get $1 million or $500,000 bill in the mail, it is of no concern as you cannot pay it off in a short period anyway. So you keep that concern aside. I remember paying $4,000 in mortgage in 1990s when interest rates were in the 8% range, and homeowners today are paying the same amount in principal and interest after the home price has skyrocketed, right?
Oh yeah. So the lower interest rates are there to thank for those low monthly payments on expensive homes, and the rent equivalent payment in many cases are lower than the rents for the comparable properties.
Yes, and that is very true. And experience shows that the educated buyer is a strong, confident, and a motivated buyer. So educating anybody who wants to buy is critical. And once they get pre-approved for the loan through my system, they are the well-suited buyer for the property they qualify for. Home buyers' fears like rent versus buy, having not enough down payment, market condition, home prices, school selections, neighborhood selection alike will disappear when they watch the first-time home buyer webinar.
So for the people who are in the market who want to take the advantage of Amit's negotiation expertise, either as a seller or a buyer, learn about what it takes to buy a home, real estate contracts, negotiation strategies, and more in the recorded webinar. Amit, your first-time home buyer webinar is a great resource. You have put a lot of effort, and you, with 15 years of experience, more than 15 years of experience into preparing it.
The first-time home buyer webinar basically it basically talks about buying your first home. What do you want to buy? Where do you want to buy? Most importantly, when you want to buy. All these questions are addressed in this 45-minute long webinar. Webinar also walks you through the process of rent equivalent monthly payments, thereby showing you savings of thousands of dollars per year. It talks about loan pre-qualification, loan approval, and shows you tools to understand how much you can afford. When buying a home, do you focus on good schools which are public or private? How long does one live in their first home? How do sellers price their home? And how I help buyers to figure out the offer price of the home, because the sellers may not put the house in the market at the market price, and then that's my job to really figure it out. And this particular webinar is free, and it's available on my website, ownsweethome.net. That is OWN sweethome.net. And every first-time home buyer must check it out.
So Amit, we are almost out of the time. So again, you want to talk about the one thing?
Right. See, selling a home is a skill, okay? It requires vision to look beyond how the home looks today and how it should look before it goes for sale. Selling a home also creates liabilities on the part of the seller, and because buyer is paying hefty price and seller has lot of obligation and legal and statutory duties to disclose. So I actually protect the seller when I represent them, and I actually make sure the buyer is protected when they are actually investing in the home. So give me a call whether you are buyer, seller, or want to finance, okay? And thank you for listening today. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Meantime, happy buying, happy selling, and happy financing, and own sweet home.